Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to get started on the right foot. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Canadian Parliament, and thank you for serving your country through the important roles that you occupy at ECCC. First, I'd like to echo what Mr. Major said earlier. It's a shame to see that the minister is not here today. Honestly, I did expect him to be here because he was very positive last week that he would be. And I do think it's quite a shame because he was at the question period and he was unable to delay his meeting with the Ministers' Council, even though he has a responsibility towards this committee and towards citizens. I do think that he's the type of man who is always ready to go into battle, but it seems that he has avoided that today, and it's quite a shame. To the deputy minister, I'd like to ask you about the times where the minister was here. One of the first questions I asked him was about a trip abroad. I believe it was for COP27, one of the first trips abroad he took. I asked him what his carbon footprint was. I believe he had gone to Egypt at the time and spent long days, 10 to 14 days, and I wanted to know what his environmental footprint was. And his answer was, we have standards at the government and the department is taking care of that. Can you contextualize that? And because this seems for a lot of people that this is to be greenwashing. There is a certain amount that we can legally spend. The tons of emissions are calculated, and indeed, we pay the Treasury Board a sum in order to compensate for the use of such travel. So the department pays, not the minister, the department indeed. And this is true for all of the ministers' travels. I have to check, but yes, it's included in the department's budget. The last COP meeting, how much did it cost your department in greenwashing? I don't have the travel numbers, but they were revealed on the costs for COP28. The minister said that it was indeed important to be at COP28, and that was an investment within the context of the international effort that we must take. So $13,000 round trip for a desert in Dubai. I understand that it's important, but it's expensive. I haven't spent my life, trying to get people to get in line with an ecological agenda, but it does look like greenwashing. Of course, it's like you're, justifying this by buying those environmental credits. Well, with regards to the COP, there's an effort that must be made with regards to climate change, and that happens outside of Canada. If we don't participate actively in the COP agreements, then we won't have any power on those decisions. Interesting enough, at COP28, there was a much larger delegation, but the provinces also increased their participation. Alberta and Saskatchewan were very present and participated a lot. It would be a pleasure for me to talk to them if I was in Alberta, but I'm here in Ottawa. I have to ask you, as representative of ECCC, these questions. Can you tell me how many people went and how much was paid to the Treasury Board in order to do some whitewashing, or greenwashing rather, for COP28? What I can say is that the ECCC minister, or department rather, had 44 people attend, which was the same for COP27 and COP28. So with regards to the greenwashing, that was just for the plane round trips. It's not for the hotels and the stay there. Indeed, it's for the carbon deficit and not for the hotels.